And then the finished article looks like that. These have got like two little bevels on it, so when the two are connected with your thumb, they become the switch on and off, but obviously they're not connected to the wiring just yet. But I'll show you that at a later stage. Okay, so the ceiling is looking as we want it, and looks a little bit brighter in there. I put the cowling around the first fan. All the lights are in all the way down now and wired in. The last fan needs sorting just about there, and then the light just behind it, which is going to be a reading light, so that's going to be slightly different. Now, before we start doing some of the construction on this, we've been starting to clear up a bit and see how that goes. And then that wall there, that there, and the opposite one to this one are going to get their first coat of the proper paint. And the reason I would put the first coat on is we're going to start the construction this weekend. Today is Tuesday, I've got a day off, so I'm off at the weekend, and then hopefully going to start the construction. So we want to get those first couple of layers done, and once we've cleaned up and tidied up in here, that's got to be boarded yet, I understand that, but the main thing is to get those painted, because we need to do the construction of the shower, and then also let me just go around the back. So, and then this week, that's obviously going to have that first coat as well. And then along there are going to be the hanging cupboards, so that's going to be constructed this weekend. So first job is the hanging cupboards, and then the second job is going to be the shower unit. And it's all starting to come together very, very slowly, but we're so excited. It was really freezing this morning, so I put that small heater in the van just to warm it up a bit. And while that was doing, of course, what were we doing? Drinking coffee and watching YouTube videos about van builds. Okay, so Bronnie's painted the first coat of the emulsion under that, because we're going to be starting to build, and she's also done down that wall down there. It's looking a little bit patchy because it's still drying out. We've literally just walked into the house and its fingers are freezing, so we'll see how it looks in the morning, but we're really, really pleased with the colour. So what I've been doing this morning is preparing 3 battery cables, and the battery cables are going to be for the 12-volt system. Probably gone a little bit overboard with the gauge, but it was some that I had left, so I thought I may as well use it. I made up 3. I put connectors on the end and then shrink wrap around the edges. And then the reason why I've done that is because this morning I've gone and bought a battery charger, and I'm going to work a little bit on the electrics this morning. Mainly because I was going to start on the hanging cupboards, but the weather outside is absolutely foul, and I really need to be outside to use the saw, the electric saw. So I'm going to wait for a drier day for that, and get on with some electrics. Hopefully by this evening we'll have some light. If not, then we're going to be blown up or something. Well, let's go see. Let me show you the battery charger to start with. So picked up this smart charger this morning from Halfords. Wasn't particularly cheap, but I think it's quite a good one. It's a smart charger, so that's beavering away at the moment, charging the battery. But I'm going to disconnect it for a moment or two whilst I then attach some of these bits and bobs that need to be attached, and then we're going to see whether or not we've got lights. I would love it to have lights in here tonight, because Bronnie's on late, and it'd just be so nice for her to see that I've achieved something today. Okay, so what I've got here is the little 12-volt lights, and I put some male connectors on the end there, and then I've got some shrink wrap around the wire ready to pull over once I've connected it, and we'll take it from there. So on the other side here, I've got going to be putting the female connectors, and then you can see that red thing there, that's a larger piece of shrink wrap. So when I shrink wrap the two individual wires, and then I'll shrink wrap the whole thing so that when it's up in the roof I know it's fairly secure. I think it's very much in focus there, is it? Yeah, we'll get on with it and I'll show you the end results. So that's the two connected together. Then we're going to pull up this up over there. Won't be able to do that, but they're going to fit over the top of that for the moment. And when that's done, I'll do that bit. I can't do this one-handed, unfortunately. Okay, so that's the end result. It's all heat shrink wrapped, or shrink wrapped, or whatever you call it. At least I know then up in the roof there's definitely no exposed wires. Oop, really out of focus, isn't it? There you go. That's the joint. Well, I didn't blow myself up, and for that I am rather pleased with myself, I've got to say. So that's the back three lights. So that one there is going to be in the bathroom. Oh, look at this. Just touch that and away it goes. So that's the lights fitted, up and running, and also can I see in there? Touch that and away the fan goes, nice and quiet. That wind noise you can hear actually is from the outside, not from the fan. Absolutely silent. They're two-lay fans. I don't know if many people have got them, but seem to be working for us. Anyway, hopefully Bronnie will think I'm a clever boy when she gets home, and well, she's had a hard day at work and I've just been mucking about with wires and things. But you know, these things do take time, especially when you're trying to do it right and you're certainly no expert. So I've just taken my time like I have with everything else, and I think you can hear from my voice I'm actually rather pleased with myself.